Hi, hi. This is Jason Uncle. Welcome to Famous People That Are Cool. In today's Famous People Cool, I'll be talking about John Francis Daley, also known as Sam Weir from Freaks and Geeks. John started his career as an actor doing community theater in his Chicago town, or near the Chicago, Illinois area. He got his start. He got discovered by being on the Who's Tommy play. I think that's how he got the role of Sam Weir on Freaks and Geeks. I don't know if it's Paul Feig or Judd Apatow that went over to the play and saw the kid. I was like, hey, we can get this guy as the lead for being the geek, because it kind of runs, because it reminded Paul of his childhood back in the late 70s, his teenage years in the mid to late 70s, and he was a geek himself. So he saw John a little bit of Paul, or Paul and a little bit of John, excuse me. And that's how he got the role of the lead geek in Freaks and Geeks. Not only is he an actor, he's also wrote a lot of comedies. He directed a comedy with Vacation, even though I don't really like the rebooted Vacation. They made Rusty Griswold kind of a doofus. And they also make one kid a psychopath and one kid kind of a wuss. So the only one that's kind of normal in that movie was Christy Applegate's character, the one that made the most sense. So you got a dummy, you got a psychopath, and you also got a wimp. Let's just put it that way. So with the exception of Christy Applegate, you got one hateable family. I don't know that's what John is going for the Griswolds, but at the same time, what Griswolds I remember are funny, likable. Yeah, they do some heinous stuff at times, but that usually just happens. It's not them as a whole. They're just in a situation where they're in that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Aside from that atrocity, he's a pretty good guy. He wrote the Spider-Man Homecoming. I think his friend Martin Starr was in that movie as the science teacher. So he never forgot where he came from. He's always very thankful for what he had with his role as Sam. He usually comes to Comic Cons. I hope he comes to Seattle sometime for Emerald City Comic Con like this coming March. If not, maybe sometime in the near future. Plug it in the Emerald City Comic Con thing. But yeah, for those of you who don't watch Freaks and Geeks, he was on two things you might recognize him for. He plays the guy from Waiting, which was, I think that's what made it's like Ryan Reynolds' breakout movie. And he was also on Bones. He plays the doctor with opposite of I forget the actor's name, Emily Duchnell and Eric, I forget that guy, I don't think it's Eric Boreanaz. David Boreanaz, there we go, that's his name. David Boreanaz and Emily Duchnell. So he was good in that role as well. So to me, it looks like he seems like a really good person. So not only that, for being a writer, director, and actor, but he also seems like a real cool person to talk to. I heard from what I've heard while he meets with his fans, from Freaks and Geeks, Waiting, and Bones, he's always very kind to them. Never took them for granted. Never treated them like garbage, unless they deserve it. But it's usually for those stands. Well, I'll get to that later down the road. But he treats his calm, collected fans with respect, which I admire. So anyway, thanks for watching my video. I'll see you later.